One, Mr. Oladele Ogunshaki, supported the view, noting that it would allow the government to fund necessary projects. In his remarks, the Speaker pointed out that the bill will enable the governor complete the first ring road, the Ikere-Igbarado road, and other legacy projects in record time. Also, the report of the Committee on the Legislative Agenda for the 7th Assembly was read by the chairman, Mr. Ayodeji Adegbite, while the lawmaker representing Ilejemeje constituency, Mrs. Iyabo Fakunle Okieme, moved the motion for government at all levels to checkmate the menace of deforestation in the state, and it was seconded by the lawmaker representing Ikere constituency 2, Mr. Tunde Idowu. The Chief Medical Director of the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital at Ekiti, EXUF, Professor Kayode Olabanji, has reiterated the need for Christians to imbibe the spirit of sacrifice and love as exemplified by Jesus Christ. Professor Olabanji gave the charge during the 2023 Christmas Carol and Lessons of the health facility in Ado Ekiti. Let's now join our reporter, Sunday Daramola, for details.
Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ọlábánjí lẹ́ni sọ pé àkókò náà ló kọ́ àwọn ènìyàn ní. láti dúpẹ́. Olabanji said that the season teaches people to extend ends of generosity and brotherliness towards mankind, emphasize the need to emulate the virtues of Jesus Christ as demonstrated in his humility and service to humanity. He also
the essence of the Lord Jesus Christ is a great lesson for every one of us. Number one, a demonstration of the love that God has for humankind. And so we should demonstrate love to everybody, family members, any acquaintance, even our clients in the place of work, everywhere. If we have that love and through that there will be sympathy.
He also noted that it was a time to thank God for giving salvation through Jesus Christ.
And of course, it's also an opportunity for us to look back that God has taken us through these past 12 years and has been just sustaining us, and even that things are getting better in the hospital by the grace of God. So we have every reason to celebrate and thank our Lord.
A former staff of the hospital, Dr. David Ajay, who ministered at the event, explained that the essence of Jesus' birth was to placate between man and God, hence the need to celebrate his birth. He said that celebrating Christmas without having Jesus Christ as one's Lord and personal Savior was a waste of time and resources.
You are celebrating Christmas? Have you truly allowed Jesus to be the Lord of your life? Receiving as Lord and miss this, that has to submit your life to Christ. Say, look, you cannot follow your way anymore. It is not going to be my will you are following. Because Jesus will not dwell with you. He will not dwell for righteousness.
Highlights of the Christmas Carol were the series of heartwarming songs that were rendered at the event. Sunday Daramola reporting.
The Ondo State Governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, will proceed on his second medical leave tomorrow as a follow-up to his earlier treatment overseas. The governor's spokesperson, Richard Olatunde, in a statement, said that during Akeredolu's absence, the deputy governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, will assume the responsibilities of the governor in acting capacity. Olatunde said that the governor will prioritize his health and ensure a full recovery before resuming his official duties. It will be recalled that the governor returned to Nigeria in September from his medical trip overseas, but stayed in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, since then. Akeredolu has been under intense pressure from opposition parties to resign or hand over power to his deputy in line with the 1999 Constitution as amended. You're still watching the EKTV News at 7. We're going on a short commercial break now, and the news continues thereafter. Please stay tuned.
3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
It's the season to reflect on how far you've come.
Get everything done. Workout mix, please.
And the endless opportunities that lie ahead.
Guys, I'll make my decision and get back to you.
For every one of us. So here's wishing you incredible surprises.
Which one is mine?
All 8 of them.
And a prosperous new year, this season and beyond. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
You're welcome back, and now to the rest of the bulletin. President Bola Tinubu has vowed that the battle to keep Nigeria secured is one he would not lose. The president said that he will continue to work assiduously and provide the military with the necessary support to keep the troubles of the nation at bay. Speaking at the Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference 2023 in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, President Tinubu said that he had no intention of relenting or resting on his laurels in securing Nigeria, declaring that he would win the battle to keep the nation safe. The president, who acknowledged the Nigerian Army's commitment to national security, asked the force to remain non-partisan but vigilant in upholding democratic principles, emphasizing their role as a guardian of constitutional order during elections. The federal government has concluded plans to unveil the Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative as part of efforts aimed at achieving universal health coverage by 2030. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Mohammed Ali Pate, gave the information at a press briefing in Abuja. Professor Pate said that a strategy to actualize the initiative will be signed in Abuja by governments at all levels and development partners to commemorate the 2023 Universal Health Coverage Day. He said that the quest to achieve universal health coverage and better health for all Nigerians required a multi-sectoral and all-of-government approach. The minister explained that government had put in place measures to train additional human resources staff and make available at least 17,000 functional primary health care centers. And the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, says that the federal government may return to the National Assembly for appropriation of extra revenue for the 2024 budget if the country records a solid revenue performance next year. The minister gave the hint when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Finance to defend his ministry's budget. Edun affirmed that the federal government will rely on savings to boost availability of funds to finance the 2024 budget, while also indicating that the federal government might consider a budget increase. The Senate urged the finance minister to remove bottlenecks in delays in the implementation of the budget when passed. The chairman of the Senate committee, Sonny Musa, also expressed concerns over government's inability to hasten implementation of the 2023 supplementary budget. The organized labor and the federal government are on a collision course over the government's failure to sustain the payment of the 35,000 wage award to workers. Workers in the Federal Ministry of the Federal Civil Service, in separate interviews with journalists, noted that the federal government only paid the wage award for September. The federal government agreed to pay 35,000 naira to each of its workers to reduce the hardship caused by the first subsidy removal. The government, in a memo signed by the chairman, National Salaries, Wages and Income Commission, Eco UNTA, stated that the payment of the wage award will begin to take effect from September 1, 2023. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, says universities across the country may go on strike in 2024 as a result of the education sector's short budget and low pay. The chairman of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, noted that during the campaign and election earlier this year, President Bola Tinubu vowed to boost the education sector to 15% or more. He complained that Nigeria was the country with the lowest pay for professors in the world. Oshodeke stated that ASU was disappointed when the 2024 education budget was declared to be 2.18 trillion naira, or 7.9% of the total budget. He underlined that it was the same figure throughout the Buhari administration, adding that if the budget was not increased, there will be no growth in the sector. Oshodeke encouraged the administration to meet with cabinet members and increase the budget to at least 15%. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has said that it had become expedient to reposition the nation's education policy to target the delivery of employable graduates. The governor, who spoke at the opening of the 67th National Council on Education meeting in Lagos, called on stakeholders in the education sector to work towards ensuring that self-reliant youths were produced through the state and national educational system. He added that the theme of the NCE meeting, addressing the challenges of policy implementation, a panacea for achievement of Education 2030 agenda, was an avenue to co-create and collaborate towards enhancing quality of teaching and learning that will provide more refined educational models and profile solutions, lasting solutions to the challenges of policy formulation in the education sector. The Minister of State for Police Affairs, Mrs. Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim, says that the federal government is committed to tackling the complex issues that have limited the capability of the Nigerian police force. Sulaiman Ibrahim made the remark in Lagos during the Citizens Town Hall meeting engagement to strengthen policing in Nigeria. She noted that the present administration was committed to the deep reforms backed by a robust implementation plan and innovative resource mobilization and allocation, which had been the bane of previous reform efforts. According to her, the goal was to see the emergence of a world-class police force that is inclusive, technology-driven, and community-based, that is alive to its constitutional responsibilities. She assured the gathering that the Nigerian police force will live up to its responsibilities in ensuring the safety of the lives and properties of Nigerians. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it will write the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to demand fresh elections to replace its 27 members in the Rivers State House of Assembly who defected to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The PDP National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olugunagba, in an interview with newsmen, vowed that the party will explore all options to reclaim its seats in the House of Assembly. Olugunagba declared that by defecting from the PDP, the seats of the 27 lawmakers had become vacant by virtue of the provision of Section 109, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. He added that by the Supreme Court interpretation, the 27 defected members had vacated and lost their seats. Rights, privileges, recognition, and obligations accruable to members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And now to foreign news. The South African government is planning to add 2,500 megawatts of new nuclear generation. The country has Africa's only nuclear power station, but the Koeberg plant near Cape Town is currently only working at half capacity. The Energy Ministry's Deputy Director General of Nuclear Power, Zizamele Mbabo, said that the first of the new units would probably come on stream in 9 or 10 years' time. For more on this, let's now take more on foreign news from our studio.
In the third and final day of presidential elections, as incumbent President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is widely expected to win a third term in office. The election this year is overshadowed by the war in Gaza and several domestic crises. On Sunday, the Election Commission said that voter turnout was high and exceeded all expectations. Voting kicks off at 9 a.m. today across Egypt and runs for 12 hours. The final official results are expected to be announced on Monday. Besides al-Sisi, 3 other candidates are running for office. Myanmar has become the world's biggest producer of opium in 2023, overtaking Afghanistan after the Taliban government cracks down on the trade. Myanmar has produced over 1,080 metric tons of opium, essential for producing heroin in 2023. According to the latest report by the United Nations Office for Drugs and Crime (UNODC), the total estimated value of Myanmar's opiate economy was between $1 billion to $2.4 billion, the equivalent of 1.7 to 4.1% of the country's 2022 GDP. Afghanistan, being the world's biggest producer for some years, has seen cultivation collapse after the Taliban's authority vowed to end illegal drugs production. The South American country has offered to hold the next 2024 UN talks on biodiversity. This is coming just after Turkey backed out, citing the need to recover from the recent earthquake. In a statement made by Colombia's Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Susana Mohamed, called the Biodiversity Summit a great opportunity for the most biodiverse nations per hectare in the world. She said an event that would send a message from Latin America to the world about climate action and production of lives. Report says at least 23 people were killed in a suicide bombing that took place in a Pakistan army base. The attack claimed by militants affiliated with the Pakistani Taliban group. The attack, which took place early hours of today, was targeted on a base in Dera Ismail Khan district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, near the Afghan border. Pakistan has witnessed a dramatic spike in militant attack, mainly in its border region with Afghanistan, since the Taliban returned to power in 2021. I am Dibia Okochukwu.
It's okay, dear me. On the EKTV News at 7 tonight. Thanks for watching and good evening.
àsìkò ṣe àtàrọ̀ èyí ni ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tí ó máa dé sí ti gbọ̀nyìn Ọláyínká Akínyẹmí ló níròyìn yẹn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀kan lára akitiyan láti má dínkù bá iṣẹ́ ohun ìyà láàrin àwọn èèyàn, ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti pín sọ̀wédowó tó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún 10 náírà fáwọn tó jàǹfààní lábẹ́ ètò ohun amáyédẹrùn tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀. Ètò pínpín náà èyí tó jẹ́ ẹ̀kẹta rẹ̀ ló wáyé ní gbọ̀ngàn ìpàdé lọ́fíìsì gómìnà nílùú Adó Èkìtì. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti ṣàtẹnumọ́ ìpinnu rẹ̀ láti ṣètò sísan owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́ka ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti ìpínlẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòṣù kìíní ọdún tó ń bọ̀. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbi ètò àdúrà pàtàkì tí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì gbé kalẹ̀ fún ní gbọ̀ngàn Lady Jíbówú nílé ìjọba ní ìlú Adó Èkìtì. Ètò náà ní láti dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run fún gómìnà ọ̀hún ní bí ó ṣe tètè san owó ìfẹ̀yìntì wọn láti ìgbà tó ti dórí àlééfà. Gómìnà Oyèbánjí ti rọ olùrànlọ́wọ́ pàtàkì sí ààrẹ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sunday Àṣẹfọ̀n láti ṣojú ìpínlẹ̀ yìí dáradára lójúnà àti lè jẹ́ kí ohun táwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ń retí lọ́dọ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tètè bọ́ sí i. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nígbà tó ń gbàlejò ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ yìí tó jẹ́ olùrànlọ́wọ́ pàtàkì sí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Gómìnà Oyèbánjí júwe Àṣẹfọ̀n gẹ́gẹ́ bí ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó sì rọ̀ láti má ṣe káàárẹ̀ nínú àwọn iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tó sì ṣèlérí láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún un. Ó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu fún ìyànsípò náà tó sì rọ̀ láti ṣe irúfẹ́ rẹ̀ sí fáwọn èèkàn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Olùrànlọ́wọ́ pàtàkì náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sunday Àṣẹfọ̀n ẹni tí tó yòǹbo ààrẹ Tinubu fún iyì náà ṣèlérí láti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn tọ́rọ̀ kàn nípele ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti ṣe ohun tó yẹ fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Kọmíṣánná fọ́rọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adédayọ̀ Adésọlá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà Oyèbánjí fún àtìlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ fún ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nípìnlẹ̀ yìí tó sì rọ olùrànlọ́wọ́ pàtàkì náà láti jẹ́ aṣojú rere fún ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì Ọ̀kínlúwà Mọ́nísádé Àfúnyẹ ti rọ àwọn alága àti kánsẹ́lọ̀ tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀dìbò yàn láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́. Igbákejì gómìnà sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nígbà tó gbàlejò àwọn alága àti kánsẹ́lọ̀ láti ìlú Ìkẹrẹ Èkìtì tí wọ́n ṣàbẹ̀wò sí lọ́fíìsì rẹ̀ nílùú Adó Èkìtì lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n gba ìwé ẹ̀rí ìgbàsíṣẹ́ wọn látọ̀dọ̀ àjọ elétò ìdìbò. Àjọ elétò ìdìbò ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì EXEC ti fáwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ 38 àti kánsẹ́lọ̀ 77 tó jáwé olúborí nínú ètò ìdìbò tó kọjá níwèé ẹ̀rí ìyànsípò. Nígbà tí wọ́n fún wọn níwèé ẹ̀rí náà, alága àjọ EXEC adájọ́fẹ̀yìntì Cornelius Akíntayọ̀ forí àṣeyọrí ètò ìdìbò náà sọ ìgbáradì àjọ náà. Ó rọ̀ wọ́n láti má ṣe yẹ̀ kúrò nínú àwọn ìlérí tí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn èèyàn tó wà ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ wọn. Alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ọ̀gbẹ́ni Paul Ọmọ́tòṣọ́ ẹni tó mẹ́nuba ìwúlò ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ rọ̀ wọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n yàn láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bó ti yẹ níbàámu pẹ̀lú ìjọba Oyèbánjí. Ó sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress yóò tẹ̀síwájú láti máa jà fẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àwọn aráàlú. Lára àwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ọ̀hún tó fi mọ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìrẹ́pọ̀dùn Gbénga Olúwatúyì àti alága agbègbè ìdàgbàsókè àjọni ọmọọba Michael Ògúngbèmí ṣèlérí láti fi àṣeyọrí ìjọba Oyèbánjí ṣàwòkọ́ṣe. Ètò ìdìbò ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ló wáyé lọ́jọ́ 2 oṣù yìí èyí tí gbogbo ọmọ oyè lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú APC jáwé olúborí. Ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀mọ̀wé Ọláyẹmí Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti rọ àwọn aráàlú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì láti yàgò fún ohunkóhun tó lè tàbùkù iyì ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ìyàwó gómìnà ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nígbà tó ń kópa nínú àlàkalẹ̀ ètò ọlọ́jọ́ 16 tó wà fún ìpolongo lòdì sí ìwà ìfìyàjẹ àwọn obìnrin àti ọmọbìnrin. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adémọ́lá Adélékè jábọ̀ rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí a gbọ́.
Ètò náà ló gbé ìyàwó gómìnà lọ sí agbègbè post office Òkèyìnmí àti Òkèṣà nílùú Adó Èkìtì. ọ̀mọ̀wé Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ẹni tó dúró lórí kò kọ̀ọ̀kan sọ fáwọn ènìyàn nípa akitiyan ìjọba lójúmọ́ àti fòpin sí àwọn ìwà ìfìyàjẹni àti láti lè rí dájú pé gbogbo ọmọdé lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sétò ẹ̀kọ́ nípìnlẹ̀ yìí. Ó sọ pé ìjọba kóró ojú sí ìwà mímú ọmọ kiri ọjà tó sì sọ pé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ fẹ́ wà fáwọn ọmọ títí dé iléèwé girama.
Ìjọba ti sanwó ìwà èkì wa, wọ́n á sanwó jump fáwọn ọmọ wa. Kí ló wá kù? Ẹ jẹ́ ká rán àwọn ọmọ wa lọ sílé ìwé. Kọjá ọ̀la wa kó lè dáa. Sẹ́mi ò bá kàwé mi lè lọ síwájú yín lónìí o. Ẹ bá sọ pé kì í sí ìmúwé oníṣẹ́, ìlàkọ̀ọ́kọ̀ àrùnṣẹ́, àná lórúkọ Jésù ọmọ tàwa nínú iṣẹ́.
Obìnrin àkọ́kọ́ ọ̀hún sọ pé àkọ́rí ètò náà ni láti rí dájú pé gbogbo èèyàn pawọ́pọ̀ láti fòpin sí ìwà ìfìyàjẹni. Ó rọ àwọn aráàlú láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìjọba lójúmọ́ àti fòpin sí ìwà ibi náà.
Àwọn ọmọ wa obìnrin, àwọn ọmọ wa ọkùnrin, wọ́n ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní lábẹ́ òfin o, máa fi bá wọn lò. Ẹni bá fi bá bóbìnrin lò, àbó fi bá bọ́kùnrin lò, ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére ní o. Àní iṣẹ́ wọn. Mo bá fẹ́ bẹ̀ wá tí irú yẹn bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká ké gbàjarè. Ìjọba òfin ti wà láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Àní jẹ̀bi lórúkọ Jésù.
Ètò ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́rìndínlógún ọ̀hún fún ìkéde lòdì sí ìwà ìfìyàjẹni jẹ́ ìpolongo kárí ayé láti lè gbógun ti ìwà ìfìyàjẹni láàrin àwọn obìnrin àti ọmọbìnrin. Ìpolongo náà ló máa ń wáyé lọ́dọọdún láàrin ọjọ́ 25 oṣù kọkànlá sí ọjọ́ 10 oṣù kejìlá. Ètò ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́rìndínlógún ọ̀hún ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dún 1991 láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ CWGL ní fásitì Rutgers. Ọláyínká Akínyẹmí ló ń jábọ̀ ìròyìn.
Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti ṣiṣẹ́ lórí àbá ètò ìṣúná ọdún 2023 tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 24 náírà èyí tí gómìnà Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí gbé wá síwájú ilé. Àbá náà ni wọ́n sọ dòfin látọwọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adéoyè Àríbásóyè nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin náà nílùú Àdó. Lára àwọn aṣòfin ọ̀hún tó fi mọ́ olórí ilé tẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú rẹ̀ pọ̀ jù ọ̀gbẹ́ni Túsìngè àti aṣòfin tó ń ṣojú ẹkùn ìlà oòrùn Èkìtì kìíní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọládélé Ògúnṣakin mẹ́nubà ìwúlò àbádòfin náà fún ìdàgbàsókè ètò ọrọ̀ ajé tó wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ètò gómìnà Oyèbánjí. Wọ́n tẹnumọ́ pé àbá náà yóò ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún gómìnà láti parí àwọn iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ ọ̀nà ring road, pópónà Ìkẹrẹ́ Ìgbàrodò àtàwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe mìíràn lásìkò. Ọ̀gá àgbà ilé ìwòsàn ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́mọ̀ ṣègùn nípìnlẹ̀ Èkìtì Exut ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Káyọ̀dé Ọlábánjí ti ṣàtẹnumọ́ ìwúlò fáwọn Kìrìsìtẹ́nì láti ṣàfihàn ìfẹ́ wọn bí Ọlọ́run ti ṣàpẹẹrẹ rẹ̀. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ọlábánjí sọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbi àjọyọ̀ ọdún Kérésìmesì ní ilé ìwòsàn náà. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Sunday Daramọ́lá wà níbẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí a gbọ́.
Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ọlábánjí lẹ́nu sọ wípé àkókò náà ló kọ́ àwọn ènìyàn ní ẹ̀mí ìkónimọ́ra àti fífi ìfẹ́ hàn fún ọmọnìkejì, tẹnumọ́ ìdí rẹ̀ tó fi yẹ kí wọ́n wo àwòkọ́ṣe Jésù Kristi ní bí ó ti ṣe nígbà tó wà láyé. Ó sọ pé ó tún jẹ́ àkókò láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún bí ó ti ṣe pèsè ìgbàlà fọ́mọ aráyé nípasẹ̀ Jésù Kristi.
Ọ̀kan ńlá ló jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa ká fi Jésù ọmọ náà ṣe àwòkọ́ṣe torí pé ó fẹ́ràn wa tó dé pé ó fi ara rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún ìlú fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa. À ń sọ wípé tá a bá mú ìfẹ́ àwọn tí à ń ṣètọ́jú fún àbáwọ̀ tá a bá bá pàdé níbikíbi tá a bá fìfẹ́ báwọn èèyàn ó ti jọmọ́ iṣẹ́ tí Jésù náà wá ṣe ó sì máa ràn iṣẹ́ wa lọ́wọ́ nítorí pé tá a bá ti ń ṣe ìtọ́jú ọ̀pọ̀ náà wọ́n máa gbójúlé pé ó bá ìlú ọ̀sán tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ọkọ̀ ìlú Ọlọ́run náà ni Ọlọ́run á sì máa ṣèyanu síwájú àti
òṣìṣẹ́ kan tẹ́lẹ̀ rí nílé ìwòsàn náà, dókítà David Ajayi tó ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ níbi ètò ọ̀hún ṣàlàyé pé èrèdí tí wọ́n fi bí Jésù láti wá ṣìpẹ̀ láàrin Ọlọ́run àtọmọ ènìyàn léyìí tó fi sọ wípé ó pọn dandan láti máa ṣe àjọyọ̀ ọjọ́ ìbí rẹ̀. Ó sọ wípé bí ènìyàn bá ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ ọjọ́ ìbí Jésù láì gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí Olúwa àti olùgbàlà rẹ̀, sọ wípé ó jẹ́ ìfàkókò àtòhun ìní ẹni ṣòfò. Orin lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ń wáyé ń bi ètò ọ̀hún níbi àwọn ènìyàn ṣe fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí Ọlọ́run bí ó ti ṣe pa wọn mọ́ di àkókò yìí. jábọ̀ ròyìn.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo Rotimi Akeredolu ló yẹ kó lọ fún ààyè ìsinmi fún ìtọ́jú ara rẹ̀ lọ́la. Akọ̀wé ìròyìn fún gómìnà Akeredolu Richard Ọlátúndé fìròyìn léde fáwọn oníròyìn nílùú Àkúrẹ́. Ó fi kún pé igbákejì gómìnà Lucky Ayédàtiwà yóò máa ṣojú gómìnà títí tí gómìnà ọ̀hún yóò fi padà dé. Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu ti gba àwọn àjọ ológun lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí nímọ̀ràn láti fi iṣẹ́ wọn ṣe ojúlalá kan fi ń ṣọ́rí ní dídáàbòbò ìjọba àwarawa lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Tinubu gbàmọ̀ràn yìí níbi àpérò àwọn olórí àwọn ológun nílùú Màdúgùrí ìpínlẹ̀ Borno. Ó ṣàtẹnumọ́ iṣẹ́ àwọn ológun gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn olùdáàbòbò àti àwọn tó máa ń jẹ́ kí ohun gbogbo lọ létò nígbà ètò ìdìbò. Mínísítà fọ́rọ̀ ìṣirò owó àti ọrọ̀ ajé Wálé Ẹ̀dùn sọ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ lè padà sílé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àpapọ̀ àgbà fún àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ìṣúná tó wà fún owó tí wọ́n pa wọlé fọ́dún 2024 tí àlékún bá dé bá owó tí wọ́n pa wọlé lọ́dún tó ń bọ̀. Mínísítà ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nígbà tó ń lọ síwájú ìgbìmọ̀ ilé tó wà fún ètò owó láti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò ìṣúná ọ́fíìsì rẹ̀. Ẹ̀dùn sọ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ yóò ṣàmúlò owó tí ó pa wọlé láti fi pèsè ètò ìṣúná ọdún tó ń bọ̀, tó sì tún sọ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ sì lè mú àlékún bá ètò ìṣúná náà. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àti ìjọba àpapọ̀ kò tí ì fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan lórí bí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti kùnà láti san àwọn owó oṣù tí iye rẹ̀ jẹ́ ₹45,000 fáwọn òṣìṣẹ́. Nínú ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò tí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lẹ́ka ìjọba àpapọ̀ ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn akọ̀ròyìn, wọ́n tẹnumọ́ pé àwọn owó oṣù kẹsàn-án nìkan níjọba àpapọ̀ san. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ṣèlérí láti san ₹45,000 fáwọn òṣìṣẹ́ rẹ̀ lójúnà àti mú ìdẹ̀rùn bá wọn látàrí ìjàmbá tí owó ìrànwọ́ orí epo tí wọ́n yọ fà. Ìjọba nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí alága àjọ tó wà fún owó oṣù sísan epo ńtà gbéjáde sọ pé owó oṣù sísan náà yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ 1 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún yìí. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Babátúndé Sanwó-Olú sọ pé ìwúlò wà fún mímú àtúnṣe bá ètò ẹ̀kọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí nípa gbígba àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde tó yọrantí síṣẹ́. Gómìnà ọ̀hún ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbi ìṣíde ìpàdé 67 tí ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń rí sọ̀rọ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó wáyé nílùú Èkó sọ pé àwọn tọ́rọ̀ kàn nínú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ní láti sapá wọn lójúnà àti rí dájú pé wọ́n ṣàṣeyọrí ní pípèsè àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó dángájíá nínú ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Ó fi kún pé àkòrí ìpàdé náà ni láti fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ fún ìlọsíwájú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kí wọ́n lè pèsè ojútùú fún àwọn ìṣòro tó jẹyọ nínú ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party yóò kọ̀wé sí àjọ elétò ìdìbò INEC láti ṣètò ìdìbò tuntun fún ìrọ́pò àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú wọn nílé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin tí wọ́n ti lọ sí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress. Nínú ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò tí akọ̀wé ìròyìn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party Débọ̀ Ológun Àgbà ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn oníròyìn, ó sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà yóò sapá wọn láti gba ààyè wọn padà nílé asòfin náà. Ológun Àgbà sọ pé ààyè náà ti ṣòfò níbi àwọn asòfin 17 ti lọ sẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú mìíràn. Ó fi kún pé àṣẹ ilé ẹjọ́ gíga jùlọ torílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò sí ààyè fún. Ó fi kún pé pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ilé ẹjọ́ gíga jùlọ torílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò sí ààyè fún àwọn tó kúrò lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú náà nínú ilé asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún. A kò ní rí ju báyìí lọ fún ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàṣálẹ́ òní. Ó dàárọ̀.